got the agenda. Everybody knows that the topic is what SD-WAN. So I'll be discussing about all this. First of all, those they are not knowing me, let me tell them that I'm Arvinder Kaur, and almost now I'm associated with networking since last 3 years, right? And as far as if I talk about my total experience, so I'm holding around 18 plus years of experience all into the Cisco technologies, right? So delivering trainings, imparting the solution related to Cisco. And as far as if I talk about SD-WAN, so I'm associated with SD-WAN project since almost, you can think about it, 2019. So it's almost around 7 years I'm dealing with Cisco SD-WAN solutions. Since the solution was not acquired by Cisco, since then I'm dealing with it, right? So what exactly that solution was initially, it was an organization, Viptela. So there were few engineers, or I can say that ex-engineers from Cisco, they have developed this solution and they brought it to the market. And what was the name of it? Viptela. So I hope everybody understand when I say Viptela. Tell me guys.
Yes, yes.
It's Viptela, right? So this was something. So if I go to Google and we just only search Viptela, not the SD-WAN, only Viptela. So you'll be able to see it's a company that only develops SD-WAN solution. That's what the software defined wide area network. So wide area network, everybody understands, but what is software defined? That's what we need to understand during this training. The first thing is what? We need to understand what exactly is the topic. That's what the SD-WAN. So WAN, everybody understands, I hope, right? Everyone understands that's what is a WAN. That's a wide area network. But how come this WAN has become what? SD-WAN. So when we say SD-WAN, it's software defined. So the word is what? Software defined. So this is what exactly we need to learn within this. What is software defined? Right? So if you'll see the first search which is available with the Viptela, that it says about it, this. Second thing which we talk about this Viptela, that's what it is. Cisco has acquired Viptela solution, right? So Viptela solution was actually built by Viptela, but it was acquired by Cisco. Hence, we started calling it what? Cisco Viptela SD-WAN solution. What we started calling it? We started calling it Cisco SD-WAN or Cisco Viptela SD-WAN. That's the main thing which we need to discuss after discussing what? SD-WAN. But now before even though reaching to Cisco Viptela SD-WAN, so when we will be talking about the SD, software defined, we'll be looking at a lot of other terminologies. Now, what are other terminologies? Such as we'll talk about the term called SDN. Have you ever heard what is SDN?
Yeah, it is software defined wide network.
Software defined network. Perfect.
Yeah.
Software defined network. Now, everybody understands what is a network. Yes? Can somebody tell me what is a network? Tell me, guys.
A bunch of computer over the internet, they can communicate to each other.
Yes.
Into
So
nodes.
not only bunch of computer nowadays, since IoT, Internet of Things have been developed, we say what? Bunch of nodes. Those they can understand IP address.
Yes.
Or those they have what? NIC card, network and IC card, all those devices can be the part of network, or we establish a network with the help of those devices. And what are the benefits of network? What are the benefits of network?
And share
Right.
data between them using various protocols.
Okay. What else?
To communicate to each other from it doesn't matter which location we are, uh,
Right. So,
anywhere to anywhere we can send that data, send the communication whatever we want as per requirement.
right. So, main, if I look at it, what the benefit is what? Communication. Right. So, as well as what? Information can be exchanged at any location. Like we can see nowadays, very good example of it. That is what? We are sitting any corner of the world and we can talk to our families through our smartphones. That's the very good example of what network, right? So that's what now the terminology is what changed from the network to its software defined network. So again, the SD word is added. So we'll learn about that since it's the basic terminology or it's the base technology which is being utilized with SDN, right? So SDN is the base technology which is the part of what SD-WAN. So we will be learning a brief, you can say that idea about what is SDN, right? Now, other component which is very, very important or as a technology, which is the part of SD-WAN, what is that? If I talk about the cloud computing. So have you ever heard about cloud or cloud computing? Computing, everybody understands, right? What is computing? What is computing?
Calculation of
Calculation, the basic terminology. Very good. From where exactly the computing is started. And later, the computer was, you can say that, introduced. And when we talk about the computing in terms of computers or in terms of laptops or in terms of computing machines, we always think about what? We always think about some of the components, that is what the processor, memory, right? And a storage component, right? So whenever we say computing, we always think about some of the hardware components, some of the software components. So when I say hardware components, within the hardware components, we always look at what? Or let me write this only. The hardware component, we always talk about what? We always talk about CPU. We always talk about what? Memory, which is RAM. And we talk about what? Storage, right? And with this particular computing, if we are adding the network with this computing or hardware device, we always consider what?
computer networking.
NIC, network interface card, as a hardware component, and it'll become what? Computer networks, right? But along with this, we need another component. And what is that another component? That another component is software. So when we talk about this software, we talk about what? Operating system, which is very important here. Then we talk about what? We talk about the where exactly we need to store the data, on RAM or on what? Storage device. So for that particular reason, we would be looking at what? We would be looking at the database. A database, right? So that's what is the hardware and the software components available within the computing device. And when we say cloud computing, everything is over the cloud. Everything is over the cloud. So that's the another technology which we need to learn before learning the SD-WAN, because it is also the base, or you can say that building block of the SD-WAN. So first building block is SDN. The second building block is what? The cloud computing. So we'll have an overview of cloud computing, not the complete cloud of computing. Otherwise, this class will turn into what? Cloud computing, right? Since we need to learn the SD-WAN, so we'll have the overview of all the base technologies. The first one is SDN. The second one is what? The cloud computing, right? So that your base can be strong related to SD-WAN before we jump to the Cisco solution or Viptela solution of the SD-WAN, right? So that's what we will be learning it over here. And the third technology which we need to learn, that is what? Any guesses before I write it down here? Any guesses, guys? What is the third base of the SD-WAN?
Routing switching recorder.
Yes, that's the part of WAN,
Okay.
right? That's the part of WAN.
WAN. Yes.
But what
Virtualization.
else? When we talk about SD, software defined, what else?
Webtail.
iOS,
Virtualization.
iOS,
iOS, that I've already written it under the
Okay.
software component of computing.
yeah,
Think about it.
Data plane.
That's the part of SDN.
Virtualization. Types of devices.
Perfect. 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 You guys are coming onto it. When we say cloud computing, along with cloud computing, we always think other base technology. And what is that other base technology?
Virtualization.
Virtualization. So we'll talk about how the physical components can be virtualized. Right? So entire computing network, how it can be what? Virtualized and then loaded over the cloud computing. Right? So a brief introduction of what? SDN, a brief introduction of cloud computing, a brief introduction of virtualization, so that we can understand SD word within the SD-WAN, right? And then when everybody knows, right? Since you all are what? Experienced guys, right? I hope so everybody is experienced.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So
yes.
let's have a little or small introduction from you guys that why you guys are here. Why you guys have chosen that, okay, you would like to learn about SD-WAN. That's what I wanted to know from everybody. So I'll look at it what one by one. Let's start from Yusuf. Hi, Yusuf.
Yeah. Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. So why are you here?
Uh, like it is a growing technology. Yeah.
It's a
Hyping.
growing technology and you wanted to learn it.
Yeah. And
Okay,
hyping
good.
also high demanding also in market.
High demanding. And what is your experience?
I am a network engineer with 4 years of experiences.
With 4 years of experience. Very good. Thank you, Yusuf, for telling me.
You're
Richa.
welcome.
Hey, Richa, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, please
Hello.
tell me.
Yes, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are perfectly.
Yes. So I have almost 3 year experience in network domain.
Okay. And why
Or
are you here?
because this technology is advanced, so I think I can some get knowledge.
Okay. Is that somebody
Yes.
told you about this technology?
Yes,
Who told you?
in our colleagues.
Your colleagues within your organization were talking about SD-WAN and hence you wanted to learn it, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Richa. Abhishek. Abhishek Dixit.
Oh.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
I am a network engineer working on level 2, having 5 years of experience. And I choose this Cisco SD-WAN because I am currently working on it since past 2 years. But you know the corporate trainings are not enough in knowledge, so I just wanted to go deep in this technology. That's why I chose it.
Okay, thank you, Abhishek. So you might know then these terminologies,
I
right?
am aware of everything almost.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good. So we'll have some challenges now then within the session. Good, Abhishek.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Hi, Chandan.
Hey, hi all. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I have 10 plus years experience, right? Currently in the network field, but my profile not relevant. Current profile is not relevant to that technical things. But I'm very keen on that. Like I want to become a technical side. So that's what. And nowadays we know is like everything moving towards that software defined network like SDN like your SD-WAN is also software defined. So from legacy to moving towards a new technology, that's how I wanted to learn more and more on these parts. So that's how I'm here to learn this
Okay, good,
SD-WAN.
Chandan. Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. Good. So this
Thank
is
you.
what some objectives you have it, and that's what I wanted to know from you guys. Same, I'll check from Dipti.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Like in our organization also slowly traditional WAN is migrating to the SD-WAN, ma'am. So I want to learn this course, ma'am.
You want to learn that. So do you know which solution of SD-WAN they are going to deploy?
Cisco Viptela only.
Cisco Viptela only. Okay, good.
VMAN and
Thank.
Certainly.
GUI they are using and they are
Okay. Thank you, Dipti, for telling me. I'll move to Xavier.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
So pretty much in the networking engineering field for probably the last 10 years and just researching the network industry in general, that this SD-WAN is definitely, it's not a new technology, but it's pretty much more companies are starting to use the SD-WAN technology to expand their networks and things of that nature. With to expand their networks because their networks are pretty much growing. This is a high in demand skill set. It is an additional skill set within network engineers because just learning about switches and routers, an SD-WAN will pretty much set you apart from other network engineers out there. So since the industry is moving into that particular direction, I definitely wanted to kind of get my feet wet in it. I came across SD-WAN under Fortinet like many years ago, and then we didn't use it anymore. But since SD-WAN is starting to come back a lot in the industry, I wanted to jump in at the opportunity to learn a little bit more from you since I'm taking your NARCI course as well.
Okay. Thank you, Xavier. So we get to know one additional thing over here. There is another solution available for the SD-WAN. That's what is the Fortinet. So Fortinet is the another organization who is offering the solution of SD-WAN, right? Now I'll be jumping to somebody, Nityanand.
Hi, ma'am. Sorry to correct you. My name is Niyatanand, not
Oh,
Nityanand. Actually,
sorry. Sorry, apologies
no,
for that.
no issue, ma'am. Actually, anyone has an issue with the pronunciation my name. I'm currently working on SD-WAN solution for Airtel. I'm
Okay.
working on SD-WAN from past 2 years. But currently, I want to enhance my technical skills over the policies and many another things which are adding by day to day. To upgrade my skills, I have joined this session. I have passed
Okay, good. So the
6 years of
policies will be the
networking
part
experience.
of the solution.
Yeah,
Right. So we will be covering policy. Policy is the part of this curriculum, right? And the other
yes, yes.
thing I wanted to know within the this SD-WAN solution, which edge devices is the part of your, you can say that the organization?
Actually, we currently we have working on the 1003 and 8300 series of AD devices here
Okay.
in Airtel.
So when we talk about 80 series, it means what we are talking about Catalyst SD-WAN,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
right? So that's the
Yes.
Catalyst SD-WAN. So I'll come to that as well. So I'll
Okay.
start from the base. What is SD-WAN? I'll talk about the underlying technology of SD-WAN. Then I'll be jumping onto what? I'll be jumping
Yes.
onto the
Sure.
solution.
Yes. Sure. Yes. Sure.
Solution provided by all vendors. Then I'll be talking about what? The main component of the Viptela. And then we will be jumping back to the Cisco SD-WAN or Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN, right?
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
what will be the approach. And then we will be proceeding further with what? The rest of the curriculum, which is listed on the Cisco website. Okay. So that will be
Okay.
the
Okay.
approach. Okay. So for
Okay.
all those they are experienced and they wanted to enhance their knowledge. Okay. Now let me move to Praveen. Praveen Kumar.
Hello,
Okay.
hello.
Satya.
That's some basic networking I have learned from.
Yes, Praveen, tell me.
Yeah, currently I have a basic knowledge of networking, but I am willing to learn SD-WAN for the interview. That's why I'm here to learn SD-WAN.
Okay. So are you a fresher?
No, yeah, 1 year experience in monitoring only.
Okay, 1 year experience in monitoring. So
Yeah.
you understand all basics of WAN and everything, right?
Yeah, I have a knowledge of, I have done CCNA, so I have a
Okay.
knowledge of that.
Okay. Good to know that.
Yes.
So let's look at the Surendra. Hi, Surendra.
Hello, ma'am. So, hello everyone. Myself Surendra Singh, and I have 1 year of experience in networking domain. So, my interest behind learning the SD-WAN because our company is already utilizing the SD-WAN, and that's the reason I want to grab the deep knowledge about this technology. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Surendra. But one more thing I want to know, what is the solution? Which organization solution is there in your?
Actually, I'm working as a third-party payroll in a geo, and we are basically located at the remote location of the client, and they are basically using the Fortinet SD-WAN solution. And that from
Fortinet
the that
SD.
yeah, definitely. And from that I just heard about the SD-WAN. I already have the knowledge about the SD-WAN, but not implementing the policies and all. So that's the reason I'm here to learn all this policy creation and all.
Okay, good, Surendra. So when I'll be discussing all the base, including Viptela, including Catalyst, you will be able to learn even though the Fortinet. Only the change will be what the interface of the Fortinet. That's it. The way when we learn networks, we need to learn networks. What exactly, where exactly we go, what we learn?
Basic fundamentals.
We learn the fundamental from Cisco, CCNA,
Hmm.
right? But when we
Yes.
learn fundamentals from Cisco CCNA, we can work even though the other vendor devices, like such as what? Such as Juniper router, such as what? Such as Huawei router, such as what? Even though nowadays HP, right? So HP has started bringing their switches and all those things, right? So we can even though work on virtual routers as well, since we are already aware about the fundamentals. Similar way, when the SD-WAN comes into, you can say that the way, so the fundamental of SD-WAN is the part of what Cisco SD-WAN solution. So no other organization is offering these kind of fundamentals except Cisco. So it will help you to understand even though the other vendor solutions as well. Okay. Thank you. So let's move now to Satya.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, Satya.
Yes, ma'am.
Satya, your voice is little low.
Can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I am working in the SIFI technologies with 10 months of experience. Uh,
Okay.
Basically, we work with the wireless, ma'am.
Okay.
Nowadays, most of the customers are migrating from that routing devices to that SD-WAN devices, and we do prefer for multiple links for SD-WAN.
Okay.
So we do only monitor the SD-WAN part, and I don't know nothing much about the SD-WAN, so I just want to learn it brief. And
Okay.
our company uses Cisco vManage, Fortinet, and Versa SD-WAN.
Oh, wow. Three vendor solutions. That's
Yes,
great.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
Good. So you'll have good comparison then.
yes.
So, guys, another additional thing which we learned from Satya, that's what the another vendor, which is Versa, right? So, thank you, Satya. So
Silver
now,
Peak is also there.
yes, of course, that is also there. Good, Abhishek. So let's now move to Yogesh. Hi, Yogesh.
Hi everyone. So actually, I'm working with British Telecom, and I am working as an L3 engineer over there. And we have this solution SD-WAN, Cisco SD-WAN Catalyst. So they have implemented all the things, and it's we are supporting troubleshooting the issues and all. I am here because when this solution was introduced with the customer, this they have decided to give it to the design team. So all policies and implementation were gone to TD team, technical design team.
Okay.
So yeah, so we could not get the opportunity to implement the things. All the
Okay.
policies being created by them, all the they have deployed all
Solution,
the
everything.
what we call it, we manage and controllers in the cloud. They are using Amazon cloud to, and Cisco is managing their controllers, but those all are implemented in the Amazon cloud. So what I couldn't get the hands-on experience on the implementation part, although I am good at the troubleshooting stuff. As I as per my experience, we do not have that much of opportunity in SD-WAN for troubleshooting, because everything happens underlay or
Right.
overlay, whatever. Like, you do not get that much of things. Although you should be very clear to understand the policies, how the traffic is flowing, what, because in SD-WAN it gives you so much solutions for your traffic. Like, we used to do it policy based routing in legacy WAN technology. So
Right.
same way SD-WAN is also giving you that opportunity here, but with the more features, more advantages and all. So it, it's very, for internet specifically, you can make port based policies. And also, my purpose to join the course, although I did the training also from IME Data few years
Okay.
back, when it was introduced in beginning, in the BT gave me the,
Opportunity to learn.
yeah, yeah, certification reimbursement and training reimbursement, all the things they have provided. In-house training also were being there, but I am here again to get something more. Like, I I was not satisfied with the all what I have learned, what I am doing. So just want to focus on the policies and the core areas which is related to implementation basically. So troubleshooting, I am good with the troubleshooting. I am easily can find out how the flows are going. C flows I can check, and the app DPI flows I can check. I can find out how the traffic is flowing, where it is stopping, what exactly we are following the policies, how policy is manipulating the traffic flow. All the things are good at their places, but the implementation part, because I did not created my own lab at home, so I could not get that much of opportunity to implement the things. So this basically spending my money on this course again. is is to just learn more, or to try to get someone who can help me to make the skill more, although
Relevant towards this technology,
yeah,
right?
dig deeper, dive,
Dig
like
deeper,
understand.
right? Everything, including the deployment,
Yeah,
including the management stuff, including
yeah,
what the uh, troubleshooting more deeper way, right? All those you
yeah.
wanted to learn.
uh,
So very
but
good, Yogesh. So
mm,
we will have another challenging
yeah,
scenarios from the Yogesh. And let me tell you, Yogesh, in my past batches also, I had few people from the BT, but right now I cannot disclose the name because of the confidentiality. But there were many people,
yeah.
those they have trained via the networking from me only from the BT.
So Arvinder, I am also enrolled. I have enrolled for this Encore, also along with the
Okay,
SD-WAN. So that batch is also happening on the weekend. It's going to start at 10 a.m. today, Saturday, Sunday. So
okay.
I have joined this one. I thought it's a webinar. Webinar means just some kind of introduction
In
or some
introduction,
technology type.
right?
But I was not supposed to join the classes because I want to finish that thing first. Although I have to sit for 9 to 1 p.m. for 4 hours
Okay,
continuously
okay.
if I continue with the classes. So
So
I'll
let me tell you, Yogesh, initially we'll have only the session for 1 hour, 9 to 10.
okay.
Okay, there are many participants here. Those they are actually learning the Encore or NRC
Yeah, yeah.
starting from 10 a.m. Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So that's wherein we will be initially starting only for 1 hour. So you'll not be sitting for a longer hours. Need not to be worried, and we will be only doing initially fundamentals.
Okay, okay.
When we say SD-WAN fundamentals, because that needs to be strong to deep dive the technology,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it will not be heavily loaded onto you initially. I'll say that initially for a month. So in case if you
Okay.
joined, it will be fruitful for you.
Yeah, so it's if it's I'll continue, but if it makes me like makes any trouble for me to continue with that thing also, then
Then you
I'll,
can hold.
yeah,
That's
postpone.
okay. That's
Yeah,
okay. Perfectly fine, Yogesh. So
thank you.
just I was just saying that when we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
more experienced people in the batch, it is what more livelihood comes,
yeah. But I
right?
what my experience is sometime, you know, sometime when we put our questions in classes. So those are bit like some people are here with 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience. So sometime it makes their time, we consume their time during the
No,
classes and all.
need not to worry, Yogesh. There are many people, those they are from my session, they are happy.
Okay.
Okay, so no
Yeah.
worries. So
Thank
let
you.
me now move to Harsh. Hi, Harsh.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. So why are you here? What is the objective from your side?
As we know that nowadays Palo Alto or SDN how they are work. In
Right.
meanwhile, you can see that all company they absorb these technology. Even if you don't believe that, even in my company we also use the Palo Alto firewall.
Okay.
और तो मैम उसमें जो कॉन्फ़िगरेशन थी ना मैम मैंने यूट्यूब से देख देख के सो आई विल आल्सो सी द नेटवर्किंग वीडियो वहां पे बैठ बैठ के मैम मैंने बहुत सारे रूल्स बनाए हैं सो आई
That's
वांट
good.
टू नो
Wonderful.
सो आई वांट टू नो अबाउट द मोर टेक्नोलॉजी अबाउट द Palo Alto or SD-WAN.
Okay. So thank you, Harsh. We get to know another vendor into what SD-WAN solution. That's what is the Palo Alto, right? So very good, Harsh, that you are learning it from the YouTube, but you learned the rules. But what is behind the way Yogesh has told the packet flow? So for that purpose, you guys sometimes need to come to the class, right? So that's good that your objective is very, very clear. Okay. Thank you. So moving ahead with one more candidate who is left behind, Satha.
Hello, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. Thank you, Satha. How about you?
Yes, ma'am. We are doing like another class with you, actually.
Okay, good.
We are doing
So what is
very
your objective?
Ma'am, since having experience in the routing switching, we are working in the hands-on as well. So
Right.
I'd like to move towards to enterprise direction. So that's a reason to learn as well.
Okay, very wonderful example. You have said that you wanted to go towards enterprise side. So when we say enterprise side, the Cisco is having complete solution available with enterprise side. That is what? It's CCNP enterprise solution, and it is composed of what? Three things.
Okay, ma'am.
One is Encore, and then it has two, you can say that option to choose an elective exam, either NRC or SD-WAN. So NRC is the base, or you can say that the underlay technology, and SD-WAN is the overlay solution for the enterprise. So I always recommend that the people, those they are learning NRC, they must learn even though the SD-WAN. Because in the organization, you will not be able to see only the NRC is implemented. On the top of NRC, SD-WAN is also implemented. Right? So NRC is the base, underlay, and SD-WAN is the overlay. And Encore is the core that's always there. And once you learn all these things, you will be what? You will be CCNP, right? Even though if you do not have certification, you are not going to go with the exam, since it's very costly. There might be possibility everybody waits, okay, the organization is going to fund, and then they'll be going through with it, right? But the having the knowledge of all these three is so wonderful, right? So that will make you competent in the market if you have the knowledge of these three things, right? So let me now jump back, and I'll say thank you everybody that those they have shared their experience and their objectives to start the session. And it is good always whenever you are going through towards, even though by thinking that it's a webinar, you should have your objective very, very clear, that why I am here, even though I'm investing my 1 hour towards this, right? So that's need to be very, very important, because time is nowadays what? It's cost, right? Spending, it's cost, right? So that's wherein if you are spending 1 hour time, so you should learn something. And what did you learn now? Until now, if I see it, you have learned about a solution, which is Cisco Viptela SD-WAN under the SD-WAN umbrella, another Fortinet, another Palo Alto, right? So like this way that you can see that there are many other organizations, so they are having the solution of SD-WAN. So once you'll be back, what time you have invested after that, what you can do, you can just go back to Google again and just write down here on the Google. You will be amazed to see SD-WAN vendors. And you will be surprised that there are many, many vendors. So there is an organization called Gartner who is doing a survey, right? So I can see right now the 2024 survey. When we say 2024 survey, so they analyze the entire year, and after that then during the next year they share their survey, and you will get to know that how many vendors are there for the SD-WAN, right? So you will be able to see like these kind of reports and like these kind of what quadrant. And when we see quadrant, you will get to know who are the leaders of SD-WAN. The solution is provided by many companies, but who is the leader of what? SD-WAN solution. So it means when a customer is choosing that which solution I need to go in or migrate to it, so then in that condition, you'll be able to see that this quadrant will help you that where exactly which vendor is fitting in and which solution a customer has to choose in, right? So you can see that it is giving Airtel as a company that what they say is that best. Palo Alto, they say is that Gartner has qualified them into what? Magic quadrant, right? So you have that here, the SD-WAN vendors. Can you see? Fortinet, Araka, Coto, right? Citrix, Palo Alto, Cisco, VMware, VeloCloud, Juniper, or Aruba Solution, Versa Solution, ForcePoint. Can you see all these names? So if you learn the SD-WAN, your opportunity is there for all these organizations. All these organizations, you'll have the opportunity to work with them. And they are what? Big brands.
Nokia do not provide, sir, this
Yes,
SD-WAN service.
Nokia do not provide SD-WAN solution. Nokia is until now using the other vendor solution. So
Alcatel.
Nokia is nowadays becoming what? Becoming the service provider. The way BT, Tata, or Orange, they are the service providers, but they have their own solution as well. So Tata has their inbuilt solution, right? So they have inbuilt by taking some things from the other vendors, and then they have built their own solution, and then they are selling the solution. And sometimes even though they are only selling the services, like BT, right? They're only selling the services, like Airtel, they're only selling the services, right? So you'll be able to see all these vendors are there. A lot
Got it.
more. So here only few names are there. Still there are many more vendors are there. But which one is popular? When you look at what SD-WAN, you just search the word
I
SD-WAN.
believe Cisco.
It gives Cisco, right? Because to learn or to lay down the fundamentals as an engineer, we are moving towards Cisco technologies. We learn the fundamental there, and then after that, we are jumping to the other vendors, just only the change of interfaces there. The way I gave you an example, that when we need to learn the network, we learn what? Simply, everybody says, learn CCNA. Hey, buddy, learn CCNA if you wanted to clear your fundamentals, right? So that's the way. If you need to learn SD-WAN, jump to the Cisco Viptela SD-WAN solution, because Viptela was the first organization who has developed this solution, who has brought this solution. Later, Cisco has acquired it, right? So during the session, even though I'll give you the Viptela documentation as well, and you'll be able to see they were having very, very clear documentation to understand everything. Like the candidate, those they are already working, such as Abhishek, Yogesh, right? So you will find very beneficial those documents. Okay,
Where I can get the document?
I'll provide you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll provide you that. So moving ahead further, when we talk about the Cisco SD-WAN solution, so Cisco SD-WAN has even though one exam related to it, which is the part of CCNP elective exam. So one core exam will be what? Encore. And after that, you can choose one another exam. Even though if you're choosing the SD-WAN, you will be CCNP certified, right? What is the exam code for it? 300,415, right? And this is what the curriculum which it has. As per Cisco, the course is of what? 5 days, it means 40 hours. But I feel so that 40 hours do not, you can say that it's not sufficient to learn the entire SD-WAN, since you need to learn the base technologies as well. Plus, you need to even though deploy the lab. Cisco gives a solution where the basic underlay is deployed, right? And they just ask you only to work onto the things. But here, when we will be performing the lab, I'll ask you, okay, we need to implement V manager or SD-WAN manager, right? We need to implement what? The base. If I'm talking about the base is what? vSmart, right? Or what? vBond. So we need to implement those. We will be having the images. We'll just put them. We will do all the basic configuration related to them. So hence the course is what? Go beyond 40 hours. So it takes around approximate 60 hours, which we are offering here. including your all hands-on, right? So that's what we offer. So not only 40 hours, extra things like I'll let you know about the underlying technology. I'll let you know how everything is what being done, right? So you all, as I've seen your objectives, I've seen your experience, right? You all are eligible. Like you can say that all these peoples, those they are what? Those they have the experience, those they understand CCNA, those they understand routing, those they understand underlay infrastructure, they are eligible to enroll to this particular program. And as per Cisco, that we cover this, these things will be benefited as per Cisco, but we are not from Cisco, so these things will not be benefited, but will give you what? A lot more things to understand. So when we look at the curriculum here, the curriculum is here. Objectives are being defined here. So all these objectives will be covering. All these objectives will be covering. You can say that how many policies are there? Application aware, direct internet access, right? Cisco SD-WAN cloud on RAM, like somebody told me that they have hosted their devices on the Amazon and Cisco is managing them, right? So it means management control is not with you, even though if Cisco is managing, but how they are managing. So that you can even though join Cisco in future, you will be able to learn that, right? So reporting, logging, troubleshooting, monitoring, like somebody told me that they are that doing only the monitoring things. So you will be able to even though learn the monitoring of SD-WAN devices, right? So multicast support. So a lot, or even though the zero touch provisioning, ZTP solution, right? So that's all we will be able to learn within this curriculum. Okay. So you can say that what is the prerequisites? So the prerequisite is what? Having the knowledge of SDN, having the knowledge of WAN, right? Having the knowledge of routing protocol, having the knowledge of TLS and IP security. But I'll give you all this knowledge before starting the session, right? So that your base is what? Strong to understand or to deep dive the SD-WAN things. So when you learn the SD-WAN solution provided by your company or arranging an in-house training, they do not discuss these prerequisites. They are directly jumping to the technology itself, right? So hence I say what? I say that I'll develop your fundamentals initially, and then we will jump to the SD-WAN. And that's wherein, Yogesh, I told you that we will be only running a session initially for few, you can say that days, or you can say that few, uh, entire June month, we'll be running it as an what? 1 hour session initially.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not only for Yogesh, this is for everybody, because I know that there are many candidates, those they are even though attending my weekend batch as well.
So just one small question.
Yes.
What if you see what exactly you have for the troubleshooting stuff in your curriculum?
But the
Basically,
troubleshooting stuff,
yeah.
as per Cisco, the troubleshooting is not the part of this, but we'll have a lot more scenarios in the troubleshooting.
So
How we will have those scenarios? I'll let you know
yeah,
that when you will be implementing your lab.
yes,
Not sure that you'll be able to do everything by your
yes.
clear vision as an expertise, right? Since you are learning this, right? So
Yeah.
at that moment, there might be possibility you will be what into some troubles.
So can you add some topics if I give you and you just as an instructor, maybe you have some more deeper
Yes,
visibility
I'm
on the.
having all those topics available with me. I'll be
So
disclosing all those troubleshooting topics during the training. We will
yeah,
be having the troubleshooting of what? Data plane. We'll be having the troubleshooting of what? We'll be having the troubleshooting of the deployment of the controllers.
what issue like the pain area which I have faced here, like most of the time this thing works on underlay, like but customer comes here, suppose they are using SAP application and SAP is deployed in Oracle Cloud.
Right.
So they come, they says that they are facing slowness in accessing the
Right.
application. So now as an engineer, what I do, I go to the box, check the policy, I find out what, like they have uh, private color or they have public internet color, multiple. Okay, two things. So first I have to find out what exactly the color code they are using to forward the traffic for SAP application. Then we have to make the ISP understand that there is slowness at their end. So they have promised to provide suppose 150 Mbps, but now they are their circuit, when SD-WAN gives you a feature in GUI, you can just go and look for the what is download and upload speed on the specific color or
Right.
the. So some kind of scenarios I have, which where I feel like it's, I do not have any logs or something. ISP does not accept the ticket, they just want this thing and that all. Because in SD-WAN, if policies and all the things are, you cannot change every time and everything, it's centralized, it's working for the like 1,000 devices, single policy is working for 1,000 devices.
Right. I
It's
agree. Completely agree with you.
yeah. So that area, if you can help me to, on your experience or on your study basis, so what exactly we can give them, which
The-
can help to save our time in such small issues, wasting time with them for the
l-
speed
let
related stuff.
let me tell you, Yogesh, one thing over here. Once you learn the SD-WAN from me, right? After that, you'll not have this doubt. You will not ask me that how I need to troubleshoot. During the learning itself, you'll be able to troubleshoot it.
It would be great.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's what promise I can do it. Uh,
Yeah.
I'll not force you that join immediately whenever you have time.
I'll
Okay.
try to continue for this 1 hour. If anything I feel like I'm not able to continue, then I will inform you before leaving or before not
Okay.
continuing this batch. Yeah.
I wanted to let you know that another thing, as it is mentioned over here, this is the prerequisite, that is TLS. Right. So we will not be learning it as a prerequisite, but when we will be deploying the controllers, at that moment I'll be telling you how exactly TLS works, and we'll be doing this as an additional security things, which will be what, the part of SD-WAN class.
Yes,
Right.
in Catalyst 1.3 TLS, is that right?
Not only in Catalyst, even though in the previous versions with Tela devices, even though the earlier edge devices, everybody was the part
Pre
of TLS. But
Previous
very good, you
1.2,
said
right?
that TLS version 1.3 is supported with the Catalyst,
Yeah, thank you.
right? So we'll be talking
Yeah.
about how exactly the PKI infrastructure works. So we'll create the PKI infrastructure. One of the Viptela device will make as an what? Certificate authority, and that certificate authority will be issuing the certificates to all the devices. So we'll have that complete PKI infrastructure in place with TLS and DTLS tunnels. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So that's the important thing which I wanted to tell you by the end, that okay, we will be covering that too. And once the person understands that, how exactly a tunnel is built, which is called an overlay tunnel, then the SD-WAN technology completes. Okay, wherein Cisco says it's the prerequisite for you. You must know how it is. Okay, so this is the control tunnel, TLS, and the data tunnel is the IPsec tunnel. So these two tunnels are there in this solution. And even though when you understand them, your half of the troubleshooting is done over there. And then you come on to the scenario which Yogesh was talking about, the ISP part. So I'll give you the pinpoints, okay, how you need to do it while having the implementation or while learning it. Okay. So that's it about the workshop. And in the next class, we will have what actual learning started. Though I gave you a lot of things today, but we will learn few more things as the course. And the next class will be on next Saturday, not tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay?
So next week it would be on Saturday, Sunday, both days, or only Saturday?
Initially, next week only Saturday, and then
It will be
Saturday,
Saturday.
Sunday, 1 hour.
Okay. Are you going to share any document today also with us for
No, no.
no?
This is the link which you can find out on the Google. Right? One thing I told you this to study, another thing I told you that's just write SD-WAN vendors.
Okay.
Right? And you explore them.
Sure,
How
sure.
many vendors are there?
Yeah, sure.
So these two, you can say that the part of order. Today's takeaway that you
Yeah.
need to learn about them apart from the things which I transfer to you.
Okay.
So,
Is it fine, guys?
Oh,
I'm assuming like when the lab will be start, then class will be 2 hours.
Yes. Even though before that only the class will be of 2 hours. And once we will be moving towards policies, there might be possibility. I will check from you guys your availability. We might have 3 hours class. To implement policies, it takes time.
Okay. No.
If you don't mind, can you share this link in chat so that we can download it? This
Yes, of
SD-WAN
course.
300.pdf.
Yes.
yeah. And also there's one
Yeah,
question from
please.
Surendra about the stun process. Can you answer that, please?
Yes, we will discuss that process, Surinder.
Okay. Thank you.
Stand for
And
netting,
in
right?
case if you guys would like to connect, you can connect the networking back, right? And if I see it, who is the representative right now available from the networking?
Yeah, hi, ma'am. Gaurav here.
Hi, Gaurav. Gaurav,
Yeah.
please, in case if you wanted to share the contact details, you please share it.
Yes. I'm just sharing in the chat box. I think most of the people already connected with me. So, guys, if in case you're not, then you can connect with me. I'm the person who can help you in case like in future also if you need any help later to the videos, lab and all, I'll help you.
So I'll say thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
you.
everyone, for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, you too, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Arvind, batches time will be same, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Generally, we used to have less stress.